Right, here we go. It's a bit late today, but oh my gosh, what a week. I've been so busy, and once the week was over on Friday afternoon, I've just been spending all of my time on a little bit of research that went on way too far, way too long. And yeah, long story short, it kind of resulted in myself publishing a sort of a physical theory which reads like this. And it's about the research log going back about 149 pages and including all sorts of calculations, test runs, and it's crazy, absolutely crazy, but it's been very, very fun, and I had a blast. And as I said, I already published this work, and I'm very, very excited, and I'm not sure, it's a really weird mix. It's excitement and nervousness, but I'm also glad that it's finally out. So yeah, I'm just waiting if maybe someone is picking up on it. Obviously, I'm not a scientist, and I'm very good at theoretical stuff, and I also had a lot of help from AI, which is very powerful today, especially with researchers getting calculations done, and after a bit of tweaking and a bit of pushing it back into right directions and leading it on, I think we created something that could potentially have quite the impact if it stands not corrected against actual tests with the right equipment and in a real environment. So obviously I lack the equipment and the financials and also the knowledge background to really run further tests on this hypothesis, but yeah, as it's published, I hope that people pick up on it and maybe they carry it on, and it either falls or it stands, and if it stands, it's gonna be big. Alrighty. As I said, I'm super tired. So, a lot of time and work hasn't gone into this publication. Yeah, I think I forgot to eat dinner yesterday. I didn't have breakfast today, so I just shoved a pizza in my face a bit earlier, but yeah, I've just rounding it up and pushing it into the public, and here we go, finally doing the grid drive today. I have no idea what it is about. For some reason I don't receive the HUDs anymore for testing. So I'm pretty sure that this is not a drive done by Christy, because she usually sends me her stuff. But, oh well, let's just find out. Last week we had the memorial drive for, I think the person was called Sep. Someone I personally never interacted with or had any sort of contact with, but it seems they were a big name in the community. So again, my condolences and rest in peace. So we are going to the drive right now. And I'm really curious what they came up with this time. So the head is equipped, we are getting started. And you may have realized that our little friend is missing today. Well, I think the patch didn't really land well, and it took up a bunch of space on the screen, which is usually reserved for the stuff that I didn't want to block with my own avatar. And yeah, long story short, the pet is on a little break. I just see it as a vacation. Well then, let's find out what we're gonna do today. Okay, so it's gonna definitely be a vehicle delivery drive again. An off-road truck made by Pure. Now that sounds interesting, right? Pure is not really known for regular vehicles that follow common sense. Also, a little side note. my birthday was this week, so happy birthday to myself, even though it's a little late. I know that I planned to make a birthday stream, but yeah, it just didn't happen. It was extremely warm this entire week, and I was way too busy, and by the time I was at home, I looked at the clock and I was like, "Bleh." So yeah, my birthday present to myself. I didn't stream at all. But I did receive a little coupon from the workplace I'm working at. The problem is, these coupons, they are usually from Wish coupon, and they only allow you to use them on a certain array of optional other stuff, like really low value Wish coupons and stuff that usually starts at a little higher price. So unless I pay on top, I can't really use the coupon at all. So after looking through some of the options, I just decided that I would donate all of the money from the coupon, and I did a little research, a little thinking, and I got the big advantage that I am located in Europe, and pretty much in the center of Europe, being in Germany. And yeah, right now our currency, the euro, is pretty strong. So even though it's just a rather, let's say, small amount of money, I decided to donate it to the children in need in the Philippines. This is because the Philippines in general are rather considered to be a rather poor country. And if we use the conversion rate, then this low amount still amounts to something much bigger in the Philippines. So hopefully this money is well received and used for something great. Also, that being said, I have no idea how the leg is today. I did not drive or walk across around or something today, so this could go either way. The one thing that you can probably already tell is that my mood is definitely better today. Last week I was really pretty much upset about anything, but it's gotten a little better, but yeah. It's normal, it's just a human nature that not every day is like the other. And honestly, it would be boring if they were. Also, after the last drive, you guys were talking so much about cake and stuff that I literally went and got myself cake. And not just cake, but also a bunch of blackberries again, which I absolutely love. I think I also got some ice cream and stuff. So yeah, this time, whatever you bring up on stream, I'm prepared. Holy moly. Oh my gosh. Okay, there's some wild crossings going on. Well, that's not a good sign. Then again, this could pretty much be after effects of all of the calculations and stuff. Because some of the scripts were not runnable by AI. And I had to download, what is it called? I just knew the name a few minutes ago. Python 3. I had to download Python 3 and some additional libraries and run some of the tests myself. It was really fun, but yeah, my computer has been suffering a lot doing all of the stuff. So hopefully it was worth it. I'm not really going to talk about the theory in general much, but it's absolutely exciting. And I really hope that somebody picks up on it and does some tests and hopefully verifies some of the bigger theories inside of it. That would be absolutely awesome. And even if not, the document is really wild, so it should be giving people a lot of ideas and different perspectives, and who knows, depending on how things go, it may even go all the way and scratch a little on the Big Bang Theory itself, but really just if it manages to stand all of the real tests. That would be crazy. That would be absolutely crazy. We had some little moment though that was really funny. We were running a bunch of tests, and while we were doing this and I was running the scripts for ChatGPT and stuff, I came across a calculation that returned some interesting results. And some of the results, let's just say, they fitted way too well. To a point where we got so excited that if we could have recreated the same results, or even a little closer results again in later tests, that would have been mind-blowing. It would have turned the entire universe upside down. And then again, it was just a bit of calculational error, and we tweaked the sensibility a bit and changed some parameters, and after changing the focus a little bit, I think ChatGPT said that doing the calculations and the comparison, the scripts, they just got stuck what looked to be similar areas, and therefore the numbers that resulted from the first calculation were almost identical. And so really excitement. But yeah, the following tests pretty much denied us of the success, but we still got some really interesting results. And the biggest problem that I am facing right now is that after almost 15 hours of intense research, I have to calm down a little bit, and I have to get back to a normal way of thinking and communicating, because when you get too much into all of this research and theorizing, then you start to develop a sort of a thought progress and also a speech progress or pattern. And that is a bit more, I don't know, I don't want to call it professional or scientific, but scientific. But yet definitely not your everyday speech and not your everyday thinking process either. So yes, the rest of the weekend is definitely gonna be a lot more of leisure time. And I also have to make up a lot of animes that I missed. I think the only one that I watched today was Kaiju number 8. And all of the ones from yesterday I missed so far. Which is not something that usually happens, but oh well, here we are. Also, I just heard a few days ago that Disney is actually making Zoomania 2. Or Zootopia 2, which is called in some regions. It is always so bizarre when the big studios are just changing the title of movies for different countries. Especially in titles like this. It makes no sense. Oh my gosh. I think it's just the same concept as Pokemon has done with the names of the Pokemon. The way that they are just called different names in different countries makes it so hard to find a universal language to communicate about the same thing. If I'm telling you guys something about a creature that is named Glumanda, you have no idea that I'm actually talking about Charmander. So yeah, I'm not sure. I think it was a design choice at the start. that pretty much harmed the entire franchise a bit. And then again, it can't be too much harm since we all know how big Pokemon went. I think the regionals or the championships even are pretty soon. A lot of people are getting crazy and preparing, and some of the big YouTubers that I'm following already got some little goodie boxes from the Pokemon company, and it's really fun to watch. And I think this year they got some really pretty stuff. Oh my gosh, I think I got half stuck on the little side trail over there. But yeah, if you go to the championships this year, then you definitely want to keep an eye out on the battle bags. These bags are really pretty. And from what I've heard, they are also pretty good in quality. Well, I guess that is something that we can observe in most of the Pokemon products. At least as long as you buy the originals and not some early express versions. I got mixed feelings about all of the early express stuff. I'm aware that it's really fun to buy stuff there and compare it to the originals and just see how utterly bad and wrong these copies are, but on the other hand, we're really just supporting this stuff. And if we wouldn't buy it, then AliExpress wouldn't even be so bad. Okay, I'm having a really hard time at the moment to decide if the closings are good or bad today. It's really a strange mix. So we're almost there. Okay, let's see what Pio put together here. This is gonna be crazy, I already know it. The Pure Yota Damageable. That is already a name that says it all. It sounds pretty fun though. That's a nice box. The super dirty version, okay. Oh my gosh. I'm actually surprised. This is a normal vehicle. I can't believe it. I wonder if it just explodes or throws some confetti. Let's try it. There's no way that Pio made a normal vehicle. Oh my gosh. I knew it. Okay, something is going on. I think I changed something really, really bad. Maybe we just have to lift it again. Oh my gosh. So this thing is really interesting. It is automatic driving, which I have never seen before. And all I can do is just sit the edge and regulate the speed, I guess. That was wild. Okay, so the damage calculation is wild. It's just getting damaged for nothing. Yep, and we are already up to 18. Oh my gosh, 19. Oh my gosh. Okay, we just have to teleport back to it. Yeah, crossings are one thing, but sim corners are just another thing. Okay, I'm not sure if it's broken now or not. I think they broke it. Okay, that's not a big issue. And that goes. We're just skipping forward to the next racing area. And we're getting the fresh one. Okay, here we go. I don't think this is the driver's seat. There we go. Okay, and we're in control again. This is such a really weird driving mode. Okay, there we go. I've been telling you guys, Peel is not making irregular vehicles. Okay. Oh my gosh, I barely didn't see the corner over there. Or the turn radar. I was looking at the text and trying to make out what I missed. I think I have seen the monster truck before, to be honest. I'm just not sure if it's the one that was used by Pio herself. Or if it's the one that we got much earlier in time. Like, maybe 2020 or something. This looks pretty much like the one that I already have in my inventory. Just with different scripts. It's causing a lot of text though. Oh, we're already back up at 15 damage. Gosh, damn it. Okay, after this crossing over here, we have to reset to the little. No. Okay, we have to go back, it seems. I think we missed the checkpoint or something somewhere. Or we had to go off-road, I guess. Yeah, I was so focused on the text and the road. I did miss the off-road part. That's definitely on me. There we go. The WVF 350 is super dirty. Honestly, it doesn't look really super dirty. Okay. I was really worried when I saw the person flying there, but we are not stuck, so that is a good thing. I'm not sure if we can make this. That is pretty steep. Okay. That actually went a lot smoother than I thought. Honestly, once you get to the hang of it, it's quite the interesting vehicle style. It works pretty much like a general throttle vehicle, just like the most repair vehicles that I made. And even the submarine is working the same way. I still expect it to explode or something. Okay. I'm trying my very best not to miss it again. And I don't think that this is the way. I can't just drive through the yellow ones, I think. I'm pretty sure this is gonna return the vehicle or something. Nope, it actually worked. Well, I'm surprised. Not the first time today. Oh, by the way, when I started the OBS system, I realized that OBS is running on Steam, by the way. I realized that there was a video from One Piece Pirate Warriors 4 that announced the release of the latest character pack. So if you don't know the game, it's basically like a hack and slash game about One Piece, obviously. And instead of making a lot of additional follow-up games that are all the same, they are just releasing a lot of character DLCs that introduce new characters without resetting your game. So you don't have to buy a new game and do all of the missions again, but instead you get a series of new characters, and usually they all come with a bunch of missions as well. And I think this system is so much better. I'm just not really invested in the new characters. They are pretty lame, to be honest. But they are already working on the next expansion. They only spoiled one of the units so far. From what I've been seeing, it's... what's his name? The CP0 guy that turns into the big cat. A jaguar or something. The name could be Lucy, but I'm not sure. For the current DLC, I've been checking it. I think it's the Electro God Enel and Set, which is probably a character from the movie. And another guy that is called King, but I have no idea who King is. So yeah, this is pretty much why the current DLC is not really that interesting to me at all. In case you missed it all the way so far, there is another new Cosmic Cube on Among Us, which re-releases the Pusheen Cosmic Cube. Which is a really fun one, because Pusheen has a bunch of funny hits, a bunch of nice pullovers, and even a lot of... I think it's 3 cats that you can use as little pets. That is really big. And I'm not sure if they are still available, but they also re-released the Plus and the Class Cosmic Cube. So if you list those, it may also be worth watching. And I think we're a little stuck. There we go. Yeah, I think I finally got the hang of it. Wait a second. It's telling me to turn right ahead, but... Oh, do I have to follow this little tiny part over there? That's insane. I do like the little cat sign though. That's really cute. There we go. Oh, I expected both to open. This is really tight. That's what he said. I shouldn't have said it. Well, for once we delivered the vehicle. That's uncommon for us. Usually we destroy it. Always been here before. I remember this little street vendor guy. Well, this is not the same exit than last time. Oh no, is it mini golf again? That would have been crazy. For some reason, it's always either mini golf or bowling with these guys. This is looking absolutely weird. But it's almost fitting. That's funny. And all from the last times we've been riding this thing, it's only really passing through the mountain, which is pretty much sort of a teleporter. So I'm really wondering how much of a ride this really is. I guess we find out in 5 seconds. Interesting. I kinda like the layout. Okay, the little old ghost. I like the little resource spots. The entry on right is a bit... I don't know, it's a bit leggy or rubber banding your thoughts. It kinda does not feel very smooth. So left or right? And left it is. Oh, this is not looking good. Okay. Oh, we are moving on. That's literally, oh my gosh. This is a scene from Indiana Jones. Hello, Mr. Boulder. Oh, he's quite bold. Look at how close he gets. This reminds me so much of Elden Ring. The catacombs with and the really weird chariots that are just riding over you. Okay. It's an interesting ride though. And I don't even want to know how much work it was to put all of this together. That must have been a lot of work. Okay, we're still going on. Uh-oh. That was a bit very close. Oh, we are already done. Interesting. Honestly, I expected this to somehow go back to the start and then take the different routes. That there was still a lot more of the alternative parts, but I guess since all of them were kind of parallel to each other, yeah, I don't think there was another way that we could have gone. Let's just take a little look of the amusement park and then we can move on. Why is there a toilet in the middle of the amusement park? And it doesn't even have a screen or something. That's insane. I think I had this game as a kid, where you click on the teeth and if you're unlucky you get bitten. It was a funny game though, but there's an alternate version where you can have... Okay, let's be honest, the alternative version is My Little Pony Pinkie Pie's cake. And over there, if you push the little balloons inside of the cake, at some point Pinkie Pie is jumping out of the cake and you win the game. But I honestly have to say that I like the My Little Pony version a bit more because you win the game instead of you losing the game, which it's a little difference, but it makes the feeling a bit more, the game a little less negative, you know? What is Godzilla doing there? Just having a good time, I guess. I do remember a lot of these games from my childhood. Okay, they also got some board games. I'm just really shocked that there's not a single crane game. Nope, just another ride. Unheard of. Okay, I think we're done. This every single time surprises me again and again and again. So we're driving to the Mint Studios. Oh, the Mint Studio Airport. My bad. And here we go. Oh, I'm getting really, really tired. Oh my gosh. I think I'm gonna have a little snack after the drive. And enjoy a lot of water because I again didn't drink enough today. And then I'm gonna watch and catch up with all of the anime that I missed. That's gonna be a great evening. Oh, I remember this area now. There used to be a really big store on the corner of the area that we just passed. They had some really good vehicles that sadly don't longer exist. A part of them was motorbikes, and they also had some really fun amphibic vehicles. I think the name of the store was Sayori's or something. I could be mistaken about it, but it just somehow rings a bell and seems familiar enough. So it may have been Sayori's. When I first learned that they no longer exist, I was really shocked. Because it's been a really, really big area, and usually if the people are struggling or they don't want to financially carry the stuff anymore, then they rather reduce the size of the shop first, instead of just bye-bye. Not yet, to each their own, I guess. We don't know the circumstances of the people, so... But it's always sad to see some solid parts of Second Life that just vanish. And then again, Second Life is getting a lot more quiet in general, so it's not just the singular groups or specific areas, but it's a general thing that we can observe everywhere on Second Life. And it's not just the effect of the archer or something, that it's just that people get somehow bored, and the social interaction, which is a big part of Second Life and the archer. Let's be honest, most of the people are a bit alienized towards the social construct. So yeah, they probably rather play some games and don't interact as much with other people. Which I can fully understand. And it made me sound so wrong right now. And I mean, you have to admit that whenever there's an interaction between humans, there's also a certain level of misunderstandings and drama, and people just do very, very sensitive to this. And that doesn't look something. Okay, let's see if we can somehow survive this. Right corners in Second Life are really just immortal enemies of drivers. Still quite a while to drive though. Okay. If I'm not mistaken, there should be another amusement park on the right pretty soon. If it still exists. And there also used to be a shrine on the left. If it still exists. I think there is the amusement park. Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay, we somehow survived it. I have no idea how though. Oh, I was thinking that we are driving to the amusement park, but it seems that we are just driving behind it. So which is also okay. So the airport it is. I'm not sure if I ever took this road before. I'm not even sure if this route over here has always been here. It's a very interesting area though. Well, basically every area that I have not seen before is interesting. That didn't go so bad. But then again, I definitely remember this place. Oh, we have been here before. But only once or twice. And this could be the destination. There we go. Yeah, the biggest issue is that the street is not blessing. On a side note, I really love this vehicle, which you probably know by now. And that's the Super 80 is just awesome. If you want, I can tell you guys how I configured this vehicle, because I think I changed quite a lot in the settings. But out of the box, a lot of people already like it a lot. So I'm not sure if it really requires a lot of changing and tuning at all. It may just be my own preferences that make it work for me. But again, if anybody wants them, I can definitely help to tune it a bit. Okay, what is this nasty sound? I think it's the buggy over there. This is definitely some shady backroom stuff. we are being seated. Nice. An optional survey. Oh my gosh. The least favorite vehicle. Oh, that's an easy one. Length of drive do I prefer? That is not really something that you can answer. Because it really depends on the length of the legs. So even if it's just 5 legs, but they are really long, then that means that the drive itself is still the same length as usual. But if you make it many legs, then the drive is more separated into different parts, and you could potentially visit more areas. So it's really one between 5 and 7, I guess. Too many is not fun because it just makes the drive way too fractured and way too long. And obviously if it's just 3 legs, then that's just a lot of driving in the same direction on one single long route, and that is not interesting. So I think definitely my preference is pretty much 7 or 6 legs. I think 7 is a good one. And that gives you enough time to spend at a single location, and in most of the times you can still, make a drive of 1.5 hours. What do you consider the greatest driving tune of all time? Honestly, what? The one that I'm playing in the background mostly is Hilka, which is really funny. I don't think that they ever considered someone would write Hilka inside of this chat window. Okay. For some reason I thought it was part of the drive, but it was just advertisement in the group. So stupid. Also, one of the big advantages of making more legs is that the loading of the legs is a lot faster because they are not so full. Oh, that could be a problem. I literally deleted my vehicle. But we should be good since we are having missing lights over here. There we go. Okay, back to my vehicle. Don't tell them that I deleted it. They don't have to know that. Yep, it's always been there. You just did not see it. And on we go. Don't run into people. I'm not sure if my insurance covers literal crashes. Talking about insurances, I actually know I recently bought a new car, and I'm still paying it off obviously because new cars these days are way expensive. But for some reason the credit institute that I bought the vehicle from, is really bizarre because they already called me 3 times asking if I didn't want to make additional insurances with them, which would cost about $50 a month, and it wouldn't even really cover anything more than my actual insurance does. And it really makes me wonder if credit institutes don't maybe have a little financing problem. You know, if they have to look for more money sources and stuff. That is kind of bizarre. Okay. That's a very, very old vehicle. Yeah, it's just gonna be a matter of seconds. Almost there. I'm just a bit afraid that they are throwing a map in my face. Which would make us overthrottle a lot. I knew it. There's the map. We are placing the bacon. I know it's bacon, but imagine it was bacon. That would be so much better. And here we go. This seems to be quite far away. Makes me wonder if there's a teleporter involved. Because usually we are not doing drive steps. Not such long paths. Oh my gosh. Okay, it's one of these vehicles. They are so much harder to use. This is gonna be a Pearl Harbor reference. Also, this is so slow. I think I'm already on max speed. Yep. Okay. Well, I don't expect the drive to be really 28 minutes long. I think I just forgot to mention the teleporter. Anything else would be insane. I am just really wondering about the structure on the minimap. Because I don't see any land down below. Oh. I almost found myself in the river. I'm not even sure if it's really a river or maybe a little ocean over here, but it kinda looks limited on either side. So just a really big river. Yep. Dum. I just forget that most of the drive is linear and doesn't require too much shifting to the side in this vehicle. That would be really hard. Imagine flying slalom with this. Or we can make a barrel roll. Okay, let's try this. I just want to get a little bit higher first. Oh my gosh. The controls are so hard. Okay, here we go. Almost there. Oh, we're not really high enough. And no, 1 and 2 and 3 and yay! That actually worked a lot better than I thought. Is this Jupiter? I think it is with the little dot in the side. Okay, I can't even tell if we're getting close or not. But at least we are steering into the right direction now. Okay, let's check the map, I guess. And we're getting pretty close. And we're also pretty close to my home. Which is quite funny. Wait a second. I just saw something really strange. Okay, I can't really zoom in, but... What is this? This is looking so silly. Just a little wind wheel on the side. Okay, we're almost there. Time for the crash landing. I hope not. But I have to admit, this is a very particular vehicle that got very specific controls, I wanna call it. And I still don't see the runway. This could be racing way too late. They usually draw a little border around it, but not this time. Uh-oh. Incoming. That was not bad at all. Okay, let's just imagine that we arrived. There we go. I wonder if we somehow landed from the wrong side. It kinda looked like it. But they didn't tell me to make a curve or something. Oh. Yay, we completed the delivery somewhere over there. Oh, I was not aware that we're already done. That's quite surprising. Okay, let's see who the sponsor is. Olympus Motors main store. Okay. I feel like it's been a while since they sponsored the drive. But it may just be a different time feeling. Okay. We don't really have racing lights over here though. So let's go home and unpack this. Oh wow, the lake is real over here. So they recently changed the region a bit. And while all of this used to have racing lights, they are now quite limited to this area over here. I'm not really sure why they did it, but they did it. Oh, it's wearable, okay. The planet Mars. That sounds a bit like a chocolate bar. I'm not sure if we need the camera hut. Oh, it's a sports car, interesting. Looks a bit like a Lamborghini Murcielago, which was one of my favorite vehicles in the Need for Speed series. No, I think it's not a Murcielago. The back seems a bit different. Okay, let's see though. Yeah, they recently changed the area a little bit and made it a lot more approachable, but the racing area is not really near to it. There we go, back to the road. So as you can see, they made the road into the streets again, or 2 lanes, which is so much easier to drive on. Okay, the controls are a bit... I will say it, the vehicle is very fast. So I did not even change the gear or something, and it already feels a little too fast. And the steering in combination with the really fast vehicle makes it very, very easy to lose control, I think. So I'm really just tapping the vehicle and I'm driving by letting it roll, basically. And it makes sense since it's a sports car, but yeah, in terms of control, it's really hard handling. Okay, we definitely got different gears, that is crazy. So it gets even faster. And let's see how far we go. Oh my gosh. 8 gears, that is insane. Yeah, we are just a rocket at this point. Okay, let's see about the vehicle's abilities. The motor, I guess. We can open the hut, whatever. Lamborghini, the hut. And the doors. Yeah, that's all pretty much basic stuff. So, the most important, we do have the menu. And the turbo is not even on. That's insane. Okay, we got the graphics. The body, the rims, and the outer rims, so this makes for easy recoloring, which is a big point. That is the rear black. Okay, where's... This is not the back button. There we go. What I'm looking at is the controls. Yeah, we got access to all of the controls. That is very good. We can also change the gears, so you can make this a lot slower, which I think you have to do. Especially if you want to use all of the gears or at least the first 5 gears, and maybe hope to drive automatic at some point. You definitely have to make this slower. You got the steering, so you make it steer a little slower, that's also good. Maybe increase the gravity a little bit. Let's see what's in the advanced menu. Okay, resizing is quite a thing. Interesting. You can change the sounds, but I think they are okay for this one. And the shifting style, obviously, so... Okay, you can change how it starts, if you have to activate it manually or not. And I think that's pretty much it. Let's see if we can also single edit it. Yes, we can. So honestly, this is a great vehicle. I'm not sure if I would trade my Super 80 for this, but this is definitely one of the better vehicles that we got in a while. And not from the creativity stand, but from the utility and the usability aspect. Since this allows us to mod and tune all of the settings, which is a big deal. And it also allows us to exchange and use the texture and recolor bit by bit individually, so you can really turn this vehicle into whatever you want. Which is nice. I got no complaints about this. Which I guess is kind of rare. Yeah, but I don't try to be mean towards anybody that, you know, we have to compare them and we have to evaluate them at the end, so... And this is an absolutely solid vehicle. If I had to rate it, then it's definitely up towards 8 of 10. While the Super 80 and the Stratos are easily 10 of 10 or 9.5 of 10. So there you have it, it's a great vehicle. The drive is really fun. The flying part is maybe a bit difficult, but no complaints either. So it's been a fun drive, thank you very much for whoever made it. It's just been a little short. If we would have had maybe one more leg, then the drive would have been 1 hour 20 or 30, which is a bit closer to the average. But again, making the drive is a lot of work, so we can't really complain that somebody was putting all of the work into a drive that we get to enjoy and get a really good vehicle out of. So again, would have been nice to drive a little longer, but I'm not complaining at all. Alrighty, and with all of this said, yeah, that's pretty much all left to say is thank you very much for watching this far. I hope that all of you guys have a nice rest of your day. If you enjoy the content, please consider to like and subscribe. It helps the channel a lot and you won't miss any of the future content. And tomorrow we gonna play Among Us, I think I said. So, and next week is gonna be really wild because we are starting Sunday on Lords of the Fallen, which I think is another Souls-like game, which I've heard a few of mixed feelings about. But we'll make our own opinion once we play it. I had a blast playing Elden Ring, even though it was absolutely chaotic. I got lost so badly that the first part of the game felt insane. And then I absolutely broke the game. But if you want to see how that unfolded, then please watch the Elden Ring videos. Alrighty, all of it said, I hope you have a nice rest of your day. That's all for me today. So, bye!